Take-Two Interactive is one of the most prominent companies in the gaming industry. In an effort to further expand their legacy, Take-Two is pioneering DE&I efforts and changing how video games are made. With this growth in both the games they release and the company culture they nurture, they are positioning themselves to have an even greater world impact by engaging their fans and employees on a more personal level.
In games, we have a very diverse player base and customer base, and having an inclusive workforce and a diverse workforce allows us to tell our stories, to be better marketers, to be better storytellers, to that diverse player base. Because if you have one thought, one point of view coming from one population, you're not really serving the needs of that consumer base.
The video game industry is like the perfect mix of media, like technology and business. And at that intersection is gaming. And I think there's a stat where I believe like 9 out of 10 children play video games. So it's like an integral part of just everyone's life as a youth. And a lot of people don't even know that there are so many other professional opportunities available to you than just being a video game developer.
Ultimately, our goal at Black at 2K is to use our access and our resources to support our community within and beyond 2K, right? So I think the ERG has given us an opportunity to do that, access to budgets that otherwise we wouldn't have had access to, which gives us access to give back and support our community in various ways, internally and externally.
I've been really happy to see, a number of ERGs started, but I do think there's a lot more they can do. So I think, when I think about how they can grow, there's more programming, there's more events, there's more reach out. I think that we've done a great job launching these ERGs, but I think, we're still young in our use of them. I think there's a lot of room for them to grow.
We need to start finding ways to make our ERGs stakeholders in the business. And I think, Gordon talks a lot about this, is how do we get ERGs integrated into the business model in a way that moves the needle up the dollar sign, right? Because while that's not the goal of an ERG, it is the goal of any company in any industry to make money. And once you start to prove your worth and make yourself irreplaceable, you can only grow from there.
The way that GGP grows and becomes more impactful is by growing, number one, discovery. Okay, discovery that people in their uniqueness are not just a culture fit, but a culture add. And empowering people to come into this industry with pride in their uniqueness. Pride, whether that be in their identity, their place of origin, their socioeconomic, it's that pride that what they are bringing is of value in addition to their technical or artistic capabilities.
So we partner very intentionally with organizations that's doing fantastic work in many different areas, right? To serve underserved communities, to support individuals with particular needs around kind of historic oppression. And we not only write checks, to be very honest, we build relationships.
Take-Two being global and really standing behind the ERGs at their level as well is really empowering all of us individual brands to say, we need to do the same thing. We need to have the same view on diversity and inclusion and empowering the people within our companies. And it's great to have a parent company take that stand and talk about what we're doing internally, because sometimes it can feel like when you have this massive parent company, we're a huge business, that diversity and inclusion is sometimes, it can feel like a tick box exercise, and it just does not feel like that here at 2K. And it's because of what Take-Two managed to do. And because of their global reach, we're really able to go across the world with some of the activations that we do. We've recently here in the UK partnered with DigiPride, which is a really fantastic organization focused around kind of LGBTQ and gaming. We've managed to sponsor the Gaming Awards, which is incredible. We've done that with some of our studios that are part of Take-Two. And it just gives us that more global, bigger reach that we can say, we are a behemoth of gaming and this is what we stand for. And it's incredible to be able to see that within the gaming community.
I myself have been working with a group of guys out of Chicago that their main focus has been to introduce just this whole gaming space, tech space and stuff like that to disadvantaged youth. Like, whether that be in the projects, whatever neighborhood it is, if we deem that they're not getting all the resources that they definitely need, or the resources aren't like up to date enough or sufficient enough to teach them about tech and stuff, we try to jump in and like talk to the kids about it, and get them involved through like mobile gaming first, and then branch out from there.
Our teams at Zynga have worked hard to make sure we're being inclusive not only in words, but also visually in our games. Zynga also runs a number of campaigns in our games that are seasonal and that celebrate our large number of cultures across the world. And we're mindful to depict these cultures in most respectful ways possible, gathering input internally or from third parties to maintain our high standards.
As far as outreach, we've worked with a number of different charities and organizations in the past, both at a local level, but also globally. Here in the Bay Area, we worked with the Horizons Foundation, which is an organization that supports LGBT nonprofits. We've also worked with Outright Action International, which is an organization that addresses human rights violations against the community, but at a global scale.
The common thread through all the programs is to help introduce game design and STEM skills to youth in underserved and underrepresented communities. In addition to financially supporting those programs and opening doors for students that maybe otherwise wouldn't have the ability to participate in those programs, we have been able to get our developers, our management, and others to volunteer and serve as mentors, to do lecture series with youth, to talk about career development, to help inspire them and share their experiences, which has been great. In addition to that, we also have a robust internship program at our company and labels, which allows college students to come here and work in various departments, whether it's on the corporate level, in finance and sales, or even at our labels and working directly with our development teams.
So we have a program in partnership with Dig2 and the ESA Foundation, which is for college students. And what it's about is it's a number of factors. It's sort of time, talent, and treasure. So number one, we provide them with cash that shows that the work they do in the community is of tangible value to their families. Number two, mentorship from companies like Take-Two and others in the industry, so as to build that sense of belonging. Lastly, internships, for them to not just visualize, but know that they are on a path to being a part of this professional space. Once again, belonging is what it's all about.